Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 51 of the Horsemen podcast. And yeah, it's only a two-man tango for this week, as it's yours truly, Levi, along with Arthur, the handsome Portuguese man.
And some sexual wank pheasant, if you please.
Yeah, that's what we both are. We're both sexual wank pheasants.
Thank you, Ross.
Yes. 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 So people might be wondering, where's the rest of the podcast gang? Well, work can be a bitch for some people, especially on days that we hadn't planned. Yeah, Hannah was going to be here this morning, and then she got called in. Ricky had to be called in today, and then Raphael, we never know where he is anymore. So it's just Arthur and I this time, and this is the first two-man episode since Scott and I did about a year and a half ago when we did Top 10 Roadrunner Records albums. But for this week's topic, Top 10 Album Opening Songs, the first track on an album, or a two-part thing, because there will be some songs on our list that are in parts, but I think a good place to begin with this is to talk about, what makes a great album opener. If you ask me, what makes a great album opener is something that really kickstarts an album off right, whether it's through epic quality, sheer heaviness, pure melody, or an epic journey, like in certain cases with a couple of songs that I feel Arthur and I are going to share on the list that will kind of have that DNA attached.
I remember in one of Sam Dunn's interviews, I think it was with Manthus from Venom, that he said that it was about that first impression, that first raw punch in the face, as he once said.
Yep. Yeah, all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can take it in any direction you please when it comes to album opening songs. So, with that said, yeah, a little short introduction because it's only two people. But now it's time to get into honorable mentions, and I'll let Arthur go first.
And
we'll talk about Hannah and Ricky's list because they sent us.
We'll split those duties between us. So don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll make it. Originally, I had nine honorable mentions, but last minute changes, which happens all the time, made me switch to an even 10. And to start off, I have Metallica's Enter Sandman from the Black Album.
Mm-hmm.
I have Merciful Fate's Evil from Melissa.
Oh, I just realized I forgot to do this. It'll take a few minutes, but Arthur, you're gonna love this. You are going to love me for this. So, one of the guys in my Twitch chat, Donut Space, aka Chronix, one of my good friends who's a big Cannibal Corpse fan, he's been helping me with sound clips people can play on my streams. One of them is King Diamond's Evil Scream. And where he goes, I'm insane.
I think that's from Nightmare Be Thy Name, but it's a good one.
King Diamond screams are always great.
Yep. But Rob Halford too.
Yeah, I actually have a Halford scream on the fucking list.
But back on track. But back on track. This one is a personal choice for me because this is one of my favorite Dimmu Borgir songs of all time, and it's the album opener, so the Serpentine Offering from Insorti Diaboli. This one is a bit of a odd choice because it's from Insephirum, one of my favorite folk metal bands. This one is from Victory Songs, and it's kind of a double, like Helion Electric Eye. Spoiler, it's on our lists, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is the first one called Ad Victoriam, which is a bit of that epics. What do you hear when you sometimes think of a Witcher movie? Which I don't know why they could not put any folk metal on it, and yet they've put in Toss Your Coin to the Witcher, which is actually a good song. And this one is, as I said, from Insifirum, Ad Victoriam, which transitions to Blood is the Price of Glory. Another King Diamond, another Merciful Fate song.
You've
A Dangerous Meeting.
Just been King Diamond just now. You got the evil scream at you.
And it's not the last. And it's not the last one. I'll skip it. I'll reserve it for number 3. Although I would mind if you could get the I find unto myself.
Oh yeah,
Messiah.
But continue.
From Don't Break the Oath, A Dangerous Meeting, which is which is awesome. From Rust in Peace, from Megadeth's Rust in Peace, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due, of course. This one, I had to put it, but then again, it's me, it's Blind Guardian me. Imaginations from the Other Side, from the same titled album.
Mm-hmm.
Sabaton's Primo Victoria, from Primo Victoria. which was funny because I thought Primo Victoria was more like the 4th, 5th song. From the Walls of Jericho EP, Halloween's Ride the Sky. I don't know how I did not put this early. And last but not least, I've put here a Moonspell song. Although this might doubt some people because the original song, Ein Nom Dumit, In the Name of Fear, it is originally a 5th song from the Alpha Noir Omega White. But when Moonspell released 1755, they've put this song as an orchestral version first. So that's why it's here on my list.
Alright, now, which list are you going to read, Ricky or Hannah's? I'll take...
I can read
Yeah, okay.
I'll take Hannah's.
I'll take Ricky's then, so you can read Hannah's list.
And Hannah's list is... Woo!
Yeah.
Yes. And Hannah's list, whoo boy. Let's start off with some of the more left field choices, like Alan Parsons' project, Sirius Eye in the Sky. I don't know why. Maybe she is a massive Chicago Bulls fan. If you don't know what that is, go to the United Center. Metallica's Battery, which is a good choice, and it's on my list. This one, I'm dumbfounded. Accepts Balls to the Wall.
Mm-hmm.
The band that shall not be named, Dunkelheit. If you don't know why, ask Facebook. But if you don't know why, ask Facebook, because a few years ago, I've put Dunkelheit, I've put Dead Som Engvara, Urukai, and a whole bunch of Burzum songs. They censored me.
Oh.
They've put you cannot post it for 3 days. Ball.
Pussies.
Dream Theaters Pull Me Under.
Yep.
Gamma Ray's Rebellion in Dreamland. It's Hannah's list, so no wonder. Yeah. Ride the Sky by Halloween. Maiden's Aces High, which is on my 3-way tie. This one was difficult to me not to put it. Empire Falls by Primordial. A Greater Call by Cult of Luna, and the one that's going to make me bust open a can of beer with my head. Running Cries, Inhuman, Shibalba. Because I forgot this one.
Next up, Ricky's honorable mentions. He had Judas Priest, Hellion, Electric Eye.
On the list.
On my list, too. Iron Maiden, Aces High.
List.
Dio, Stand Up and Shout, which I forgot. Cannibal Corpse, Hammer Smashed Face, which I forgot that one too. Rammstein's Deutschland and Meinherz Brent. Then Megadeth, Holy Wars, Entombed, Left Hand Path. Now for my honorable mentions, and oh my god, we're gonna be here for a while because I've got 15. This was difficult. This was difficult,
Yeah.
alright, people? Alright, so starting off, Arthur's wearing the shirt. I got Choir of the Damned and Ripping Corpse from Pleasure to Kill. Which is
although I would not mind putting World War Now or the Phantom Antichrist, the first song from
those albums, yeah. Next up, I'm shocked nobody else had this one on their list. Rush, Tom Sawyer. It's a
not
classic,
a Rush fan.
Probably the most famous Rush song of all time. But next up, Deep Purple, Speed King.
Ooh, and I love Deep Purple.
I do too. Next up, probably the best opening song in grindcore history, Afterworld Obliteration by Terrorizer. Or Death Grind, whichever you decide to call Terrorizer. Next up, Catharian Life Code by Dark Throne, off of A Blaze in the Northern Sky. Next up, I'm shocked. I'll be shocked if Arthur doesn't have this one. Odin's Ride Over Nordland, A Fine Day to Die by Bathory.
Not on my list. Not on my list. But there's another Viking metal opening song on my list.
Next up, Over the Mountain, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses, because you have to. Immortal,
which is Ricky's number 10.
Yeah. Next up, Immortal Rights, Morbid Angel. The opening off of Altars of Madness.
I knew it that you were going to put on my list, but 9. 9.
You added a number 9, eh? Next up, At the Gates, Blinded by Fear. Next up, Hate Song by The Haunted off their self-titled debut. One of my personal favorites, Death Explosion by The Crown off of Death Race King. Such a fast and furious thrasher. It's kind of like Metallica on steroids. Pull Me Under, Dream Theater. A Dangerous Meeting, Merciful Fate. And The More by Opeth.
I'm sure. I'm going to double check, but continue on because I'm going to double check if That's Leprosy is the first song.
Leprosy is the opening song off Leprosy by Death. Yep.
That could have been on anyone's list.
It could have. I completely forgot to put Death Song, but if I had to choose one, it would be either Leprosy or Symbolic. Anyways, now on to the actual top 10, and I'll start off reading Ricky's list. At number 10, Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. So yeah, I mean, Welcome to the Jungle, probably, in my opinion, the best Guns N' Roses song ever. Number 9, The Exorcist.
I'm more of a fan of... Go ahead.
Number 9, The Exorcist by Possessed. I mean, a classic opening off of Seven Churches. It was just, wow. Especially with that intro with the keyboard mellotrons that sounds like it's coming straight out of a horror movie, like from the Exorcist movies, and it was perfect. His number 8 was Blinded by Fear by At the Gates. Number 7, Black Metal by Venom. I mean, arguably the song that kicked off black metal, if you want to argue it. Number 6, he has Judas. Lay down your souls for God's rock and roll. Yep. Ricky's number 6, Painkiller by Judas Priest.
Not on my list, surprisingly.
Not on my list either, even though that's one of my favorite Priest songs. His number 5, he has a tie of Black Sabbath songs. The song Black Sabbath and War Pigs.
Black Sabbath is my number one, so I have to invade Texas.
Well, there you go. Where was I? Oh yeah, number 4, a classic one, "More Than a Feeling" by Boston.
Yep.
I'd say my parents would agree with that one. Number 3, "Blow Your Trumpets, Gabriel" by Behemoth.
Which is a great addition.
Yep. Number 2, Slayer, "Angel of Death."
On my list.
And on mine too. And then Ricky's number 1, AC/DC, "Hell's Bells."
If he did not put an AC/DC song on this list,
I would have been surprised.
That would not be as well.
All right,
now,
so for
going
Hannah's
on
list,
I could say it as well.
Yeah.
This one came out of left field for me when I saw it. Sisters of Mercy, the Vision thing. I mean, I like Sisters of Mercy a lot. Part of that early goth rock movement from England, but never would I thought that Sisters of Mercy would be on our lists.
I know, right?
Number 9.
9.
Exactly. Rammstein's Deutschland. I mean, I love Deutschland, but if I have to go with a Rammstein opener, Mein Herz brennt blows Deutschland clear out. I'm sorry, Hannah. I love Deutschland, but Mein Herz brennt is, to me, a whole lot better. At number 8, Window Pane by Opeth. And this one...
I was a little late.
Thank you. Yeah. Technical delays. But at number Opeth's Window Pane, I mean, I think Window Pane might be one of the more underheard songs of Opeth.
Because it was in the beginning of their prog rock style.
Yeah. But for me, easily I would put here Ghost of Perdition from the Ghost Reveries.
Or the
A tie for number 7. Yes. A tie for number 7, Exercise in Futility by Mgła and Entombed's Left Hand Path. R.I.P. L.J. Petrov.
Yes.
Number 6, she has also a tie, which is Motorhead's Ace of Spades and AC/DC's Hell's Bells. I mean, Ace of Spades is my number 5. So this one is because that's why I said there's a lack of Motorhead there.
Yeah.
Number 5, Solitude by Candlemass. There is a Candlemass song on my list. Not gonna spoil it. Number 4, another tie. Holy Wars by Megadeth and Slayer's Angel of Death, which is a great choice.
Yep.
Number 3, Helion Electric Eye by Judas Priest, which is my number 2. Blow Your Trumpet, Gabriel by Behemoth at number 2. And last but not least, this one, I don't know it because I don't listen that much to Caius or sludge or stoner metal. My apologies. Gardenia by Caius. In all, a great list.
All right, and now Artur, the floor is yours for your list.
Okay, so you said about the Viking metal that I did not have Bathory, but I do have something a whole lot better. Amon Amarth's Twilight of the Thunder Gods. It's the first song of that album.
True.
I mean, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with either Bathory nor Amon Amarth. And Twilight of the Thunder God, how many people were converted to that band thanks to that song alone? Mm-hmm. Still remains to this day Metal Blade's most sold album.
And on top of that, even
Number 9.
Sabaton covered that song.
Yeah, Corvus Corax as well. Number 9. Morbid Angels, Immortal Rights. I mean, I could not do this list without Immortal Rights. Possibly the first, if not one of the first songs that I've ever heard by Morbid Angel. I'm not sure if it's a tie with Chapel of Ghouls, but if it's not, it's from Altars of Madness, their very first album, which still remains to this day as one of their best. And what a way to kick off with
the best, perhaps.
Yeah. And what a way to kick off that album with Immortal Rights.
Yeah.
My number 8.
Number 8.
It's my first of 3 ties. And this one is an all-maiden tie. I have Ace's Eye from Power Slave. I have Caught Somewhere in Time from Somewhere in Time, because to me that song is just epic. And this one might be a bit out of left field. The Prowler from the very first Iron Maiden album.
I did not expect that one.
No, but I mean, I love The Prowler, and no matter what Steve Harris says, that album and its raw production is what gives metal its identity. And Prowler, to me, is a hell of a song from that album. So, my Maiden 3-way tie. Number 7, Slayer's Angel of Death. I mean, it's Angel of Death. What more needs to be said?
Right.
Tom Araya's scream. Exactly. Tom Araya's scream. The guitar solos in the middle, and Dave Lombardo's overdrive drumming, especially in that solo that he does.
Yeah, with the kicks.
Number 6. Yeah. Number 6, my second tie, and this is a Metallica tie. Battery from Master of Puppets, and Blackened from Injustice for All. Levi's looking up in the air. Maybe he's on his list. Okay. Now I see what's happening. He has higher on his list. Okay. Number 5. Ace of Spades by Motorhead. I mean, it's Ace of Spades, it's Lemmy, it's Motorhead. That bass intro is iconic as all heck. And, you know, I'm Born to Lose and Gamblin's for Fools, but that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. It's Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Do I need to say anything else? No. Number 4. This one might be a bit weird if you don't know it, but I have an Emperor song over here. And it's not Curse You All Man from Nine Equilibrium, nor it's Cosmic Waves from Anthems. I've gone with The Oath from Nightside Eclipse. I've gone for The Oath. I mean, that old song with an environmental intro, and then once you start to hear Ishan's voice and the song starting to gradually rise, and then you start hearing the drums like someone's calling you for war. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I mean, and then it starts off with Ye Emancipaton. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the words, but The Oath is a great way to start the song. And now for number 3, my last tie, and you can cue the scream. King Diamond's Funeral. The beginning of Abigail, where he starts to perform the eulogy for Abigail, when all of a sudden you start to hear the organs, and right after it kicks off with the Arrival, with that trademark guitar riff, and it's one of the best intros to what's basically one of the best concept albums of all time, Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
And the other tie, it has to do with Candlemass because I could not do this list without these two songs. Hannah had Solitude on her list. I'm going with Gothic Stone, The Well of Souls.
Yeah,
I mean,
I knew it.
that'll. Yeah, too obvious. Although Mirror Mirror is not a bad choice. Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing more epic as an album intro than Solitude is more melancholic, is more food for the thought, so to say. But yes, but you want the beginning of a story, the epic beginning for an album. I mean, what's more epic than that organ intro, and then having Messiah starting to shout you, "I bind unto myself," and then it just kicks with that riff. Something that Niall eventually did very well with Unas, Slayer of the Gods.
Yep.
Number 2, which was my number 1 2 weeks ago, Helion Electric Eye by Judas Priest. Although Free Will Burning could have been here already, so is Painkiller, but
Victim of Changes.
Yes. Rapid Fire too. I mean, Rapid Fire is a hell of a way to kick off a song. Judas Rising too, but it's Helion Electric Eye. I mean, there's no way that this song could not be here on this list. And number 1, a tradition that started 51 years ago, that Maiden kind of copied, but it's not their first song, was their last. It's the song Black Sabbath from the album Black Sabbath by the band Black Sabbath. I mean, once you hear that iconic Iommi riff, bam, 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 you know what it is. Even when Ozzy starts to sing, "What is this that stands before me?" Yeah. I mean, you know what it is. If you know metal, or if you know music in general, you know the influence of Black Sabbath. And the first song from their first album, what a way to kick off that whole era. And that's my number 1. So to recap, Twilight of the Thunder Gods by Amon Amarth, number 10. Immortal Rites, Ace's Icon and Prowler in number 8. Angel of Death, number 7. Blackened and Battery in number 6. Ace of Spades, number 5. The Oath by Emperor, not to confuse with The Oath by by Merciful Fate. Yeah, but The Oath by Emperor, number 4. King Diamond's Funeral and Candlemass Gothic Stone, Well of Souls, number 3. Helion Electrica, number 2. Sabbath, number 1.
Alright, and now my top 10. And I got 3 ties, actually, because I made some last-minute changes. Starting off at number 10, I got a tie. First, Motorhead, Ace of Spades. Because, I mean, perhaps the best Motorhead song, and it's the most well-known, with that classic opening bass line, and it's Lemmy. What more can you say? And next to it, I got Arise by Sepultura.
Oh, man.
Probably the best Sepultura song ever, and it's 3 minutes, 19 seconds of sheer blistering thrash with a death metal edge added on top. I mean, you start off with this, like, apocalyptic intro for the first 20-some seconds before it just goes full-on, doesn't slow down. It's fast and furious the whole way through. Insane solos. And, of course, the lyric of Max going, "I see the world old, I see the world dead," right as it goes right into Andreas's insane solo.
And that breakdown when he says, "We shall arise," right
at the very end, yeah. Like, wow. Number 9.
That breakdown.
Yep.
9?
99999. At number 9, I got a song. I am stunned nobody had. Especially Ricky. I'm especially shocked Ricky didn't have it on his list. And Ricky, if you're watching, you're going to kick yourself right in the nads. Running with the Devil, Van Halen.
It now. Oh!
How did you not have Running with the Devil by Van Halen, Ricky? I figured you would have had it.
This is not an Undertaker moment. You're done it now. You done made a big mistake.
Oh god. But back to with Van Halen Running with the Devil, it's my favorite Van Halen song. I mean, you start with that like intro that sounds like you're being drugged into hell. That thud on the bass before Eddie comes in with the riff, and David Lee Roth going over the top on the vocals. And great solos, too. And it was a great way to kick off, in many ways, Van Halen's best album, Van Halen 1. So, there you go.
My favorite Van Halen song is Hot for Teacher. I mean, Alex Van Halen's drumming at the beginning and managing to keep it throughout, perfection.
That's true. And then next to Running with the Devil, also at number 9, another one I'm kind of surprised nobody had. Human Into the Crypts of Rays by Celtic Frost.
Oof.
The opening off of Morbid Tales, that stems like hallowed screams before it goes into full-on thrash, and with a great bluesy breakdown in the middle, which was really cool. So, and of course, I mean, there's quite a few Celtic Frost opening songs you could have went with. Hell, you could have went with Usurper off of To Megatherion.
That was my choice.
Could have went with their cover of Mexican Radio off of Into the Pandemonium. Could have went with The Heart Beneath off of Vanity Nemesis. Those were
anything or Ein Elohim from Monotheist.
Yeah, but not anything from Cold Lake. Yeah.
That was what I was about to say.
Yeah. Number 8. That was weak. But my last tie, and it's a thrash tie, starting it off with Megadeth, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. Probably the best Megadeth song from a technical standpoint. I mean, a lot of tempo changes, a lot of riffs, and a lot of solos. There are 4 solos. There's a Middle Eastern style solo before it gets slow, and then the 2 Marty solos, and then the epic Mustaine solo at the end. I mean, and of course it's a good tale of 2 halves. First half talking all about the religious wars that need to stop, and then the second half talking about the Punisher.
I mean, isn't the first line of Holy Wars, brother killing brother, spread fast across the land?
Yeah. But yeah, it's an all-time classic song, one of the best in thrash. And then next to it, Nuclear Winter by Sodom.
Oh, that's a good one.
And there's a few Sodom opening songs you could have went with. You could have went with this. You could have went with Agent Orange. You could have went with Body Parts from Tapping the Vein, or Eye for an Eye off of Better Off Dead. There's quite a few great Sodom opening songs, but I went with the more iconic one, Nuclear Winter, which they still play live to this day. I mean, I can't even speak.
Classic.
Number 7, I got Left Hand Path by Entombed. Rest in peace, LG. I mean, one of the most iconic death metal songs of all time, especially with that opening from Phantasm, right, and then snare, boom, and then just the solos, and then LG coming in with that haunting voice of his. Yeah, the world's worse without him, and it sucks. But rest in peace, LG, for laying down the classic song.
I mean, the world is worse without a lot of our icons. I mean, Dio, Lemmy, Eddie Van Halen, LG, So many.
Mm-hmm. Number 6, I I know Ricky had Hell's Bells, but I went with a better one. For those about to rock, we salute you with the cannons fire.
Fire!
Like, come on! They close out their shows with this song. And it's appropriate because you have to have the cannons go off. And even Brian Johnson's throwaway fire is like, fire! If only Jim Brewer and Artie Lang was here, they could probably do the Brian Johnson impression more justice. But regardless, yeah, for those about to rock, a great way to open an underrated AC/DC album because it came out right after Back in Black. And this is, in my opinion, maybe the best AC/DC song ever because there's just so much going on with it. So there you go. Won't share the opinion, but it would be on my list. Number 5, War Pigs, Black Sabbath. I mean, one of the best Sabbath songs and a hell of an opener. Like, you start off super slow. That the Crown actually did a tribute of that part on the song Killing Star, the closing song of Death Race King, as a little homage to Sabbath, before it goes into
I mean, but whether it's with Black Sabbath, my choice, Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath, or War Pigs, you almost don't hear any metal at all. You almost hear like a heavy blues song, which it was.
Which that was what early metal was, essentially.
Heavy blues.
Yep. Oh, and then another Sabbath song I'm surprised we didn't think about. Actually, a couple. Sweet Leaf, Symptom of the Universe could have been a good one.
Symptom
and Heaven and Hell.
Go.
Or no, not Heaven and Hell. Neon Nights. Neon Nights.
Ah.
I almost.
Heaven and Hell is, I think, the third or fourth song.
Yeah, I was saying a different list, but.
Yeah. But I mean, with Sabbath,
there's a lot of great opening songs from Sabbath. Hell, even the end of the beginning's a great one too.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Angel of Death, Slayer. I mean, we talked about it at length with the last one of the last episodes where we did the Slayer songs. I mean, it's brutal beyond belief. That scream from Tom.
But if Angel of Death was not here, War Assemble could have been here as well.
Hell Awaits could have been here too. Evil Has No Boundaries. Yep. South of Heaven.
South of Heaven is not the first one. I think
it is the opening.
Okay.
But yeah,
my mistake.
But yeah, Angel of Death. I mean, it's brutal, it's heavy, it's insane. The best Slayer song that we argued.
Controversial.
Yes. Yep, it is.
Oh, and I forgot, and I forgot one song that could have been here as well. Marduk's Baptism by Fire.
Oh.
from Panzer Division.
Number 3, Metallica, Battery. I mean, I mean, there's a lot of Metallica opening songs you could win with. You could have went with Hit the Lights, Fight Fire with Fire, of course, Battery, Blackened, Inner Sandman. Hell, even the openings on Load and Reload were great. Ain't My Bitch, Fuel, what the hell? I'm trying to remember.
Not Frantic.
I'm trying to remember what was the title of the opening.
That Was Your Life.
That Was Your Life. That
was Your Life.
Magnetic, or Hardwired, from Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Those were great ones. So really, any of them except Frantic could have been here. Number 2, it's Maiden, but it's a song I'm shocked Arthur didn't have in his tie. Where Eagles Dare.
Oh, man.
I did on my list at one point. At one point, I did have Ides of March, Wrathchild, but I went with Where Eagles Dare because I feel that's a better overall song, and it's one of my top 5 favorite Iron Maiden songs of all time. So
another one that could have been here as well, besides those, I would have put in The Wicker Man. Easily, I could have put here The Wicker Man.
Could have also put in Moonchild from Seventh Son as well, because that's a great one too.
Against Aces High, Where Eagles Dare, and Caught Somewhere in Time.
I think, I think it's a little better than Caught Somewhere in Time, but not close to Wrathchild and Aces High, but still, or even Where Eagles Dare. But yeah, I went with Eagles Where Eagles Dare because that opening drum intro from Nico, it was just wow. And then, of course, Bruce going wailing where he says, "Where Eagles Dare." I mean, wow.
And what's great is that the next song is also a classic, Flight of Icarus.
Yeah, so it's like back-to-back
classics. No. Sorry, no. It's back-to-back classics. Where Eagles Dare, Revelations, and then Flight of Icarus.
Yeah. But that leaves number 1. My number 1, the Hellion Electric Eye, Judas Priest. I mean, along with Ides of March / Wrathchild, Hellion Electric Eye perfected the, like, conjuring epic first part leading into the actual song idea. But this, in my opinion, is the best of them all. I mean, that opening riff of Hellion. And then after that's done, and then it gets into the main riffs of Electric Eye, and it's like, wow. You want to talk about an epic journey, and especially seeing it live, woo. Like, holy mother of shit.
Especially with 20, 30, 40,000 people starting going, whoa, whoa,
humming that
whoa,
riff.
Whoa.
Humming that riff, yeah.
Been there, done that.
So yeah, recap of my top 10. Number 10, I had Sepultura Arise and Motorhead Ace of Spades. Number 9, I had Celtic Frost Human / Into the Crypts of Rays and Van Halen Running with the Devil. Number 8, Sodom Nuclear Winter and Megadeth Holy Wars to Punishment Due. 7, Entombed Left Hand Path. 6, For Those About to Rock by AC/DC. 5, Black Sabbath War Pigs. 4, Slayer Angel of Death. 3, Metallica Battery. 2, Iron Maiden Where Eagles Dare. And number 1, Judas Priest The Hellion Electric Eye. Now the real work begins, putting together the final 10, and I'm going to have to be the one to type it all out because Ricky ain't here to do it for us.
It's off working.
I would argue number 1 should be Hellion Electric Eye Priest, because everybody had that and it was fairly high for all of us, so I'd say we go Priest.
Agree.
So number 1, Priest, Hellion Electric Eye. Now, it's going to be tough for the rest.
Number 2, I would recommend a Sabbath song.
Yeah, and I think
either Sabbath or War Pigs.
Sabbath or War Pigs, but you know what? Since we got a few viewers in the chat, let's do a poll. So we'll actually do like what Banger does with what they used to do with Lock Horns, and let them decide which Sabbath song should go in. So, which Sabbath song should be on the final list? And your choices are War Pigs or the song Black Sabbath, and you guys have 2 minutes to vote.
Mm-hmm.
So while we figure out the Sabbath conundrum at number 2, I'd say 3 should be Maiden. The question is which one. That's another poll I could put up. And
Aces High?
Yeah, so once the Sabbath poll sorts itself out, I'll put the Maiden poll.
Hannah had Aces High on her honorable mentions, and Ricky did not have any on his list. Yes, he had honorable mentions as well. I'm okay putting Aces High.
Yeah, I guess I can go Aces High. Even though I went with Where Eagles Dare, yeah, I'll go Aces High.
Sorry, which one?
4, I'd say... I was gonna say, let's go Angel of Death, Slayer. And then 5, I say 5, we give that to Battery. Metallica.
Yeah.
So far we got most of the top 5 settled. Now for the top 10, this is where it's going to be even more difficult.
I can go number 6 with Behemoth. I mean,
yeah, even though only two of us had it on the list and nobody else.
No, wait. Behemoth a bit lower. Holy Wars.
Yeah, Holy Wars at number 6. Number 6, Megadeth, Holy Wars. I put in Wards, like, geez, I'm thinking of Bill Ward.
Hey.
Alright, now 7. I say 7, we should give that to an AC/DC song, but that's another one. Which one? Because even apart from Hell's Bells and For Those About to Rock, you also have, like, Highway to Hell is one of them.
If you want... it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah, those are quite a few. Oh, and the Sabbath poll just ended, and by unanimous vote, War Pigs.
Not totally agreeable, but I concede.
Alright, so Sabbath, War Pigs will go number 2. Okay, for AC/DC, I'm gonna have to make another poll for that, so I'll throw in Highway to Hell just because I'm shocked nobody had that one as an option. So, next poll, which AC/DC song should be on the list?
Wait a minute. Let me just double check one thing, because this can change a little bit. Let me see. Thunder... Yeah, Thunderstruck. I'll just make sure that which album? The Razor's Edge. Oh shoot!
Thunderstruck was the
Q
opener?
Is the opener.
Okay, so that's 4 choices. So now you guys have 4 AC/DC songs to vote, which should be on the final list: Hell's Bells, Highway to Hell, For Those About to Rock, or Thunderstruck. Oh man.
I'm betting on Thunderstruck.
We'll see. But now to number 8.
Yep.
I say we give that to Entombed.
Okay, Left Hand Path. Number 9, Behemoth. Gabriel.
Let me. Oh well. I say we put Behemoth at number 10, and number 9, let's go Ace of Spades.
Oh, yeah.
So Ace of Spades at 9, and then number 10, Behemoth. Blow Your Trumpets, Gabriel. Trumpets. Jeez, I cannot type.
Yeah, you're still asleep. You need more coffee.
I don't do coffee, even though I probably should get into it, but I've just never been a coffee guy. Copy guy. Yeah, I'm so tired, and you can plainly tell. Like, Jesus.
Monster or Red Bull?
I don't do the energy drink and stuff anymore. That stuff started to give me the jitters 10 years ago when I was having that crap.
One of my closest friends had a very bad experience with Red Bull, to the point that he went to psychic ward. He got out, thankfully, and this was, 20 years ago.
Jeez.
Yep.
Well, the AC/DC poll is almost done, and then after that we have our final top 10, pretty much. Alright, and the AC/DC poll has just ended, and again, unanimous decision for Those About to Rock.
You were the only one who voted.
No, there was actually a couple. There was a couple of votes. So there we go. Alrighty, so there's our final 10, and I think it's a pretty good one. So recap at number 10, Behemoth, Blow Your Trumpets, Gabriel. Number 9, Motorhead, Ace of Spades. Number 8,
Yep.
Entombed Left Hand Path. Number 7,
Yep.
AC/DC for Those About to Rock. Number 6, Megadeth, Holy Wars to Punishment Due. 5, Metallica, Battery. 4, Slayer, Angel of Death. 3, Iron Maiden, Aces High. Number 2, Black Sabbath, War Pigs. And number 1, Judas Priest, The Hellion, Electric Eye. Pretty good mix. We got some thrash, we got some classic metal, we got some hard rock, we got some death metal.
I mean, next time we'll try to give love to black metal because there are some great openers.
Funeral Fog, Mayhem, Catharian Life Code, Dark Throne.
Baptism by Fire, Marduk. Shibalba, as Hannah put it, Shibalba by Rotting Christ.
Black Horizons, Dissection. That would have been a good one. Yeah, there's just so many in all genres. Just imagine eventually when we do the top 10 album closing songs.
Oh boy.
That'll be... I honestly think that's going to be even more difficult.
I mean, in my list, no way I can do that list without Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
Or Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Yeah, or both. I'll like I did with the Maiden tie, Hallowed and Rhyme.
Yeah, I mean there's, as I said, there is a lot. There is a lot. But so yeah, what is it?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, since that was a short one, how about we hang out for a little bit and let's talk to the people. Because actually, after our next episode coming up here in about a week or two, we're doing top 10 live albums. After that, we want your say on what we should discuss afterwards. So what's going to happen is after episode 52 with the live albums, I'm going to put a poll up on the YouTube channel community page of 5 topics that we're all going to come up with. You guys get to vote which one goes first for episode 53. And right now, I believe the five topics we got 80s albums, saddest songs, brutal songs, Bathory songs, and discussion about Behemoth the Satanist. Those would be the 5 in discussion. Once I get that poll made, you guys would get to vote on what should be. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and make that poll. So it'll be a while before it actually gets greenlit as far as like what ones in particular. But which of the following topics do you want the Horsemen podcast group to talk about for episode 53? And I'll put in parentheses that whichever gets the second most votes would be episode 54, and so on and so forth. Whichever gets second will be episode 54. Alright, so the poll options: top 10 saddest metal songs.
Oh boy.
Top 10 brutal metal songs. Lyrically, not musically particularly, but lyrically speaking. Top 10 albums of the 1980s. Top 10 Bathory songs. And Behemoth, the Satanist discussion. Alright, the poll has been made, so I'm actually going to link it in the Twitch chat. There you go. So if you guys want to vote on what should be episode 53, there you go. And then whichever gets second place will be 54, so on and so forth. And then after that poll is done, then we'll have a new poll for like after episode 58 or something. Because it'll be every 5 episodes we'll do a new poll for different ideas. But a recap for those who are just joining in, like Rock Metal Nation, how's it going? Recap, so Might as well do a recap of everybody's list for people who are just coming in. So, for Ricky's list, his top 10 was number 10, Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. Number 9, Possessed, The Exorcist. Number 8, At the Gates, Blinded by Fear. 7, Venom, Black Metal. 6, Judas Priest, Painkiller. 5, Black Sabbath, both War Pigs and Black Sabbath. 4, Boston, More Than a Feeling. 3, Behemoth, Blow Your Trumpets, Gabriel. Number 2, Slayer, Angel Death. And number 1, Hell's Bells. And then for Hannah's list, she had number 10, Sisters of Mercy, Vision Thing. 9, Rammstein, Deutschland. 8, Opeth, Window Pane. 7, Migla, Exercises in Futility and Entombed Left Hand Path. 6, Motorhead, Ace of Spades and AC/DC, Hell's Bells. 5, Candlemass, Solitude. 4, Megadeth, Holy Wars and Slayer, Angel Death. 3, Judas Priest, The Hellion Electric Eye. 2, Behemoth, Blow Your Trumpets, Gabriel. And number 1, Kaya's Gardenia. Artur, what was your list?
Number 10, Twilight of the Thunder God by Amon Amarth. Number 9, Immortal Rights by Morbid Angel. Number 8, my Maiden Tie, Aces High, Caught Somewhere in Time, and Prowler. Number 7, Slayer's Angel of Death. Number 6, my Metallica Tie, Black and Battery. Number 5, Ace of Spades. Number 4, The Oath by Emperor, also known as Alvasvarzer. Sorry if I'm butchering. Number 3, my last tie, King Diamond's Funeral and Candlemass's Gothic Stone Well of Souls. Number 2, Hellion Electric Eye by Judas Priest. And number 1, Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath.
And then my top 10, I had at number 10, Sepultura, Rise, and Motorhead, Ace of Spades. 9, Celtic Frost, Human / Into the Crypts of Rays, and Van Halen, Running with the Devil. 8, Sodom, Nuclear Winter, and Megadeth, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. 7, Entombed, Left Hand Path. 6, AC/DC, For Those About to Rock. Black Sabbath, War Pigs at number 5. Number 4, Slayer, Angel of Death. Number 3, Metallica, Battery. Number 2, Iron Maiden, Where Eagles Dare. And number 1, Judas Priest, The Hellion Electric Eye. And then our final top 10 that we cobbled together. Number 10, Behemoth, Blow Your Trumpets, Gabriel. 9, Motorhead, Ace of Spades. 8, Left Hand Path, Entombed. 7, For Those About to Rock, AC/DC. 6, Megadeth, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. 5, Metallica, Battery. 4, Slayer, Angel of Death. 3, Aces High, Iron Maiden. 2, War Pigs, Black Sabbath. And number 1, Judas Priest, Hellion Electric Eye. And just as a reminder, I just put in the Twitch chat for those who are watching on Twitch. But for those who are watching on YouTube, I'll also put the link in there for the poll I just made for you guys to vote on what we should be doing for episode 53. Because episode 52, we're doing top 10 live albums. And that episode, I've got a lot of listening to do for that. Because I've never really listened to too many live albums in my time. But that should be good. And why did I put in? I just realized I put in the fucking poll. Instead of top 10 Bathory songs, I put top 109 by mistake. I must have hit both the 9 and the 0 keys at the same time. Oh god, 100. I don't even know if there is 109 Bathory songs.
I don't know.
I don't think there is, but
no.
But yeah,
at least 70.
At least, but no, I'm not going that far. Top 70. No, it's top 10.
Because I don't want to include covers. No, I don't want to include covers, nor bootlegs, nor re-recordings. No.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of Bathory doing covers, that reminds me. I remember listening to the other day Bathory covering Ace of Spades, and it was a unique cover. It was like a bluesy, slowed down bluesy style, which was really cool.
Then I recommend you also to listen to Bathory's cover of War Pigs.
Mm-hmm. And War Machine by Kiss as well.
I think that Quarton also covered God of Thunder as well.
Ooh, I'd be curious to hear that. So far in the poll, already 3 votes, and it's a tie between the Bathory songs, 80s albums, and brutal metal songs. So far. But there's still a lot of time, probably like a month.
Shall we say that one of those songs will be Hammer Smash Face?
Yeah, on brutal metal songs. Well, if you tell that to my buddy Scott, he'd be saying, no, you have to have stripped, raped, and strangled on there. Which, that's a contender.
Not a bad...
That's a contender for sure.
Yeah.
But I kind of have a feeling. I have a feeling we all are gonna have number one on that list. So.
I don't know.
I know. I'm not gonna say it, but I know what we're all going to have. Probably at number 1 on that list. But I'm gonna save that for the episode. But yeah, reminder of the poll, yeah, your choices. Top 10 saddest metal songs, top 10 brutal metal songs lyrically, top 10 80s albums, top 10 Bathory songs, and Behemoth the Satanist discussion. Because God knows we got so many ideas that we want to get to. It's just a matter of when everybody's available to do it. Like hell today, like I said early in the show, the reason why this was a 2-man tango is because Ricky had to work, Hannah got called in late, and Raphael's nowhere to be found. So it was just us two.
One idea that I still have in my mind the idea of doing metal and pop culture. I mean, how many examples of metal we can find in pop culture, whether it's video games, movies,
TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is very true. And talk about like metal artists who have been on TV and in movies, or have done crazy stuff, or have been involved with comic books in the case of Iced Earth.
Or something, or since we did our top 10 wrestlers, which went top 30 almost, but metal and wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That would be a good one. Yeah, there's just so
and since
many.
we're hanging out, we can discuss this. WWE Hall of Fame, class of 2021.
Well, they're doing both 2020 and 2021 together, but the 2021 class.
But so far.
But so far, I would like the class more if fucking Kali wasn't in there. Damn it.
I would like it better if Eazy-E Bischoff would go along with the NWO.
But he's going in by himself, which is important.
I don't disagree.
But as far as like the 2020 class, it's a really good class for the most part, except for the fucking Bella Twins.
Although they compensated with Molly Holly.
True. Very, very true. But yeah, like the 2020 class, if it weren't for the Bellas, that would be a perfect class. You know, NWO, JBL, Bulldog, Liger.
And John Cena sloppy seconds. I said it.
Sloppy seconds is better than nothing.
yeah, but
and then the 2021 class. So yeah, for 2021, RVD, Kane, Bischoff, Molly, and Kali. You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell the reason why Kali got in is because they are starting to run out of people to put in from the past.
My theory is another. India market. Aren't they going to create NXT India there?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, it's the only reason because Kali as a giant. I would rather put John Studd if he's not there already.
I think Studd is in already, I believe.
Okay, but either him, Kane, obviously. Taker. Why is Taker not going?
Because they want to save him going in for next year when they're in Texas.
Oh boy.
Which makes more sense than to put him in this year in Florida. But
I was going to say Dusty, but Dusty Rhodes is already in.
yeah, Dusty went in. Yeah, there's still a lot more that need to get in at some point. And then, of course, originally Batista was supposed to go in for 2020, but he asked to be removed until they can have a crowd there for the Hall of Fame. But I'm going to say this right now. I meant to say it during the last Shadow Call podcast, and I didn't get to say it, but I'll say it here. After what happened 2 years ago with Bret Hart, no more fans at the Hall of Fame. No. Or if you're going to have fans, if you're going to have fans, have it in a more intimate environment where it's harder for them to do what that idiot did 2 years ago, like what they did in 04 and 05, like more intimate, settings.
But the beating that he got was epic.
Yeah,
he got an
true.
epic.
Yeah. He got beat up by Travis Brown, Shane McMahon, and Dash Wilder. Especially Dash with that punch right to the jaw, knocked him down. But anyways, I think that's a good way to wrap up. So we got over an hour, which is longer than I thought we was going to get with a two-man tango. But when we come back for episode 52, it's top 10 live albums. Hopefully in a week, maybe 2. We'll see. But until then,
most likely 2.
Yeah, most likely 2 weeks, because it's always every 2 to 3 weeks that we
which is a good schedule.
True. Very, very, very true. But anyways, before we go, for the Twitch side, I'm gonna raid somebody.
Oh, speaking of which, how's it going on the poll?
Currently on the YouTube poll, let me refresh.
Before we wrap up, how's that?
It's still 3 votes, and it's a 3-way tie with Brutal Songs, 80s albums, and Bathory songs. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We shall see you next time.
See ya.